185,000 soldiers dead in a single night. No battle, no human warrior, just an angel. A supernatural manifestation of divine sovereignty that sent even the most powerful kings into a panic. But who was this angel of the Lord? And why did God intervene in such a drastic way? Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious and astonishing events in the Bible, the destruction of the Assyrian army during the siege of Jerusalem. Stay with me until the end, because you'll not only understand what happened, but also discover the powerful lessons this event teaches us about prayer, faith, blasphemy against God, and how He protects those who trust in Him. Before we begin, if you love exploring the mysteries of the Bible, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we uncover teachings that can transform your spiritual journey. King Hezekiah ruled Judah during a dark and dangerous time. The most powerful empire of that era, Assyria, had already destroyed the northern kingdom of Israel and was now turning its wrath toward Judah. The Assyrian king, Sennacherib, was feared across the region, and his war machine was the most advanced of its time. He had already conquered Lachish, one of Judah's most important fortresses. This event is not only recorded in the Bible, but also confirmed by archaeological evidence found in the ruins of Lachish and inscriptions in Nineveh, including the famous Sennacherib Prism, where the Assyrian king boasts about trapping Jerusalem like a bird in a cage. Facing this overwhelming threat, Hezekiah sought counsel from the prophet Isaiah. Instead of relying solely on military strategy or political alliances, he turned to God, and that changed everything. And here's a key lesson for us. How often, when facing overwhelming problems, do we forget that the real battle is spiritual? Sennacherib's response to Hezekiah's faith was blasphemy against God. In an arrogant letter, he mocked the God of Israel, claiming that no nation had ever escaped the power of Assyria. To him, Judah was just another inevitable conquest. But Hezekiah did something extraordinary. He took that letter, brought it into the temple, spread it before the Lord, and prayed. A simple yet powerful prayer, acknowledging God's sovereignty and asking for deliverance, so that the world would know that the God of Israel is the one true God. The answer came through the prophet Isaiah. God himself would fight this battle. Judah wouldn't even have to lift a sword. And then, that very night, something terrifying happened. The Bible says that the angel of the Lord swept through the Assyrian camp, and 185,000 soldiers died. By morning, the survivors woke up to a field of corpses. The mighty Assyrian army had been wiped out, without Judah making a single move. Sennacherib fled back to Nineveh, and years later he was assassinated by his own sons. A dramatic turn of events that proved that no human empire can stand against the God of Israel. This event teaches us profound lessons about the power of prayer and faith. Hezekiah didn't rely on his own strength or that of his allies. He put his trust in the living God. How often do we find ourselves surrounded by problems that seem impossible to overcome? This story reminds us that we can surrender our battles to God and trust in His protection. Another fascinating detail is that this event is not just recorded in the Bible. Ancient historians, such as Herodotus, mention that the Assyrian army was mysteriously wiped out by a plague. Additionally, archaeological excavations confirm the destruction of Lachish and other cities mentioned in this account. But what about us? How can we apply this lesson today? Maybe you're facing a financial struggle, an illness, or even opposition at work. But Hezekiah's story reminds us that when we put our trust in God, He moves on our behalf. It may not always be in a spectacular way like that night, but His care is present in every detail of our lives. If this message is strengthening your faith, don't forget to leave a like. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this powerful truth. What would you do if you received a letter like Sennacherib's? If everything around you seemed hopeless, today you have a choice. You can respond like Hezekiah. Instead of despair, seek God. Instead of fear, trust. God is still fighting the battles of those who serve him. Now, I want to hear from you. What is the hardest situation you've ever surrendered to God? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And before you go, watch the next video on your screen. If this topic spoke to you, that video will take you even deeper into the mysteries and hidden treasures of the Bible. God bless you, and see you next time.